action. We got 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 woo. We got action. We got action. We got woo. We got action. Now we got action. We got woo.
You are now tuned in to Intellectually Petty Radio. Hey, yo, Jobs. We got action, homie.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And as always, on the mighty Nerve DJs Radio Network, y'all already know, man. It's getting redundant at this point. I say this shit every week, and it's always true. We only rock with legends over here, and today is absolutely no exception. We have Joel Fluent Greene in the building. How you doing, King?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How's life? How's your family?
Everybody's good. Family's good. Life's good. Can't complain, brother. Can't complain. Everything's. It's funny. You asked how the family's doing. My son just had a son, so now I'm a grandfather, which is crazy.
I got 6 of them things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I joined the Pop Club, my brother.
Congratulations to you and him.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Feels good, man. It feels really good. I'm at the most mature point in my life ever, the most responsible, mature, good point in my life ever. So therefore, I'm prepared to be a grandfather and to really lead and guide and be that type of guy. So I'm excited about it.
Oh my God, I think I'm almost immature. I don't know.
We all got our stuff, but
I'm going backwards
for this.
No, man. The first one, man. It solidifies the legacy.
Yeah.
And it lets you know you're gonna be here forever.
I dig that. Yeah. Same last name, got the Greene name carried on, so I'm excited about that.
Yo, it's crazy. It's like, damn, I'm kind of old now.
Hey.
It's a humbling ass experience. It's a beautiful experience, but it lets you know that at least for me, it made me realize I'm not gonna be here forever, like physically.
Yeah.
No,
that's very true.
So poet, what does that mean to you?
It means I describe how people feel. Maybe sometimes the words we're not really finding the eloquent, beautiful way of saying these feelings. It could be anger, it could be happiness, it could be joy, it could be sadness, it could be jealousy, it could be envy, it could be something celebratory and beautiful, pain, whatever. I find a way to kind of, by talking about how I feel about these things, relate to people. But I do this in a very poetic, individual, original kind of way that's really my way of doing things. So I think the poet's job is to really talk about life, talk about current events, talk about feelings and emotions and the things we sometimes find hard to say.
You ever wrote anything that brought you to tears?
Yeah.
What was that?
I had a couple of poems actually, man. I guess it's a couple of the older ones. I'm not gonna recite them right now, I guess, but
I don't want you crying, man.
I want to cry.
Nothing wrong with a man crying.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. But definitely, I think things that kind of ring really personal. It could be around family, children, life, relationships. Just things that really kind of touch me in a personal way. There's definitely a couple of those in the chamber for sure. Yeah.
Do you perform those?
I used to, and I still do. There was a while where maybe I didn't, so I was kind of like, I don't want to revisit something painful over and over. To the audience, it might be a new poem. It might be something they love it and they feeling it. They might even relate to it, right? But I think for me, sometimes you don't want to revisit something over and over. It's like telling a story over and over and over and over and over. Sometimes you want to kind of get it out your system and let it go. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on the crowd.
Is there a point where that pain turns into a celebration?
When you conquer the pain, it can, yes. If you just let the pain sit and you don't deal with it, then there's nothing to celebrate. You feel me? But if you're taking care of your business and you're overcoming things, we're men, we're grown men of a certain age, we're grandfathers. I know, and I can't speak for you, but I know I've experienced a lot of life. You feel me? So I'm gonna just say that and leave it there. So therefore, You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's what was the question again? You sound reflective like that.
Yeah, whatever, man.
That's
No,
funny.
yo. So, at what point do you say I want to get on stage and talk my shit?
Oh man, I was young. I was in high school. I wanted to do it like in junior high, but then I actually found spots when I was like 11th, 12th grade. I found a spot called Cafe Mahogany. It used to be downtown Detroit.
Was it
And
on
that's where
Woodward?
say it again.
Was that on Woodward?
No, no, no. There are a couple spots on Woodward at once upon a time, and there actually still is one right now called Rock Local. They do poetry every Wednesday. Shout to them.
Okay.
But Mahogany was in Harmony Park
Okay.
on
Oh,
Center and Grand River, right at that little corner.
I got you.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember Intermezzos and all them little spots was over there at the time. This was like mid to late '90s
Okay.
into early 2000s before Mahogany closed. So that made me want to hop on the stage. When I found the actual space that I loved, that felt like a home, that's what encouraged me to really get out there on a regular basis. But I've been going to open mics and, from the hip hop shop to like Cypress and St. Andrews to Mahogany. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. So
Yo, what high school you go to?
I went to Oak Park.
That's unfortunate.
I know. And listen, man, I wish I could say King or Cass or Cody or Mackenzie or Kettering. All these schools got a certain legacy. But I'm gonna tell you something about Oak Park though. Royce 5'9" went to Oak Park.
I know.
Bizarre.
I know.
I can run down the list if you want me to. Come on.
Come on,
Don't
man.
play with the OPZ.
It's all right. It ain't no Henry Ford.
No, it ain't no Ford. I know. That's a big, massive school. That's like 10 schools in one. But it ain't no Ford. But I love Oak Park, man. I love my upbringing at Oak Park. We moved to Oak Park in the 8th grade. So before that, I went to like Bobian. I went to Hampton. I went to Vandenberg, which is now Jalen Rose Academy. So I went to a lot of DPS schools, and then before coming to Oak Park, and it was high school, man. I wasn't really crazy about high school, to be honest with you.
Oh man,
I wasn't a high school guy.
I was a high school guy.
You was into it. You went to Henry Ford, so.
Well, my first year I went to Cass.
Oh, okay.
And
of course.
it was too much. It was too fucking far.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to catch the Hamilton. It was like an hour there and an hour back.
Yes.
One of the biggest mistakes of my life was leaving Cass.
Okay.
Henry Ford, like I enjoyed too much. It didn't challenge me like intellectually.
I guess I get that. I get that. But proximity wise, you felt like it was a better move.
I mean, it was the hood.
It was the hood.
It was, my peoples was there, so going to school was like, yeah, this is shit. And high school don't necessarily need to be the most fun part of your life.
It's not supposed to be. That's the thing about it.
It's supposed to be work.
Yeah.
And if you don't get that work ethic now, and I'll be trying to tell my nephew, if you don't develop those habits now, they're gonna bite you in the ass.
No, that's true, man. Listen, and it starts even younger than that. Cause you throw a kid with no like routine in the high school, they're not gonna succeed, bro. It's gonna take them a while to acclimate,
Yeah.
So
even the super smart ones.
Yeah.
You really smart in your high school until you get to college and realize there's a lot of niggas really smart in their high school.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Who's your favorite poet?
Paul Lawrence Dunbar.
Oh, that's taking it back. Why?
Because he was able to speak how Black folks spoke and write how we talk, like basically using Ebonics or dialect. Back then, you guess we'll call it dialect. Like, just the way Black people, the slang we use. Imagine like after the Civil War, you know what I'm saying? And he was raised in Dayton, Ohio, but both his parents were slaves. But he was not a slave. He was born in Dayton. And so I don't know if he was born in Dayton, but he grew up in Dayton, Ohio. Mm-hmm. But he basically talked how Black folks talk, but also he could switch it up and write in perfect King's English and all that kind of thing too as well. But I liked how honest and really was. He wrote about love. He wrote about the way a woman shake when she's in the kitchen cooking, and the way he looking at her from like the doorway, watching this woman cook and her shape. He wrote about that. He wrote about lost love. He wrote about the Black life, just Black experience, like living in the South, antebellum, like South, basically like sharecroppers living on the farms and this and that, living on the plantations and tending to the land after the slavery. He was an amazing writer, just an amazing writer. Yeah, he lived a troubled life. He wasn't a perfect man at all, like so many talented people, but I feel like I really relate to his words and the way he actually laid his things out. I like to be the same way. I mean, being from Detroit, I'll use things that we say in our poetry, in our life, and in my poetry. I don't feel like I have to play a role or get all, collegiate or anything like that around anybody. I want to be myself on paper every single time, whether that sounds proper or whether that sounds kind of hood, or whether that's a mix of both. You feel me? So he was able to do the same thing very well. He's very honest in his approach, and I really appreciated that. And he was kind of a tragic guy too, man. He died of consumption. Like basically he drank himself to death. You know what I'm saying? He was sad over losing his wife. She left him. Yeah. And to go do her thing.
Oh, wow. Back
then, but it's crazy too. And she actually, I'm not gonna say she left him for a woman, but she ended up being with a woman at some point in her life. And she's a Black woman, Alice Nelson Dunbar. That was her name. And yeah, she broke his heart, man. But he was probably abusive to her, to be honest with you. He was not a good guy in relationships, I don't think. Keep it real. But
I can't imagine what it was like for two slaves to raise a free person.
That's something dope to bring up. You're right. That's really interesting. Wow.
You can't, first off, you can't conceptualize really being free. You're always mentally probably still in that plantation.
Yeah.
And to be forward thinking enough to try, to let alone do, but to put a kid through school of any kind. Because reading was like they'd cut your tongue out for that shit.
Yeah.
Just to get acclimated enough to exist, let alone raise another person in a completely that had to be the most fearful shit on the planet.
Yeah, you got me thinking about that first generation born into freedom.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Look at the expectations placed on them. I mean, Dunbar was an excellent person as far as his career went. His wife, same thing. She excelled in academia. I think she taught and all that kind of stuff. She wrote books. She was a poet, a writer. So.
Yeah, but you don't have a right to fail.
No.
Like I can't imagine the weight of that kid. Like we just getting out of slavery. Like I'm the first. I'm the guy that can actually walk up the street.
Yeah.
Oh hell, man.
No, that's real, bro.
Yeah, I never thought about that until this point.
Me either.
Yo, that's some deep shit. Yo, you also do events.
Yes.
Yes. Why? Like, what was the conduit? What made you want to put on?
You see this light up here to keep that thing up? See that light? See that plant? It needs water. That's the water, electricity. All right.
Yo, I felt that in my soul.
Yeah, right there. No, but really honestly, to put on for the city. I mean, of course, it pays bills, and I've gotten smart and savvy enough, and I've been doing it long enough to the point where now it does pay bills. Yes. In the beginning, it was strictly for the love, doing things, facilitating the vibe, keeping my name out there, being a part of the community, putting people on stage, being a valuable part of the community. A lot of times you can maintain just by doing your own thing, or you can maintain by putting people on and doing your own thing. So when you do both, you're kind of like a dope ass person. So I wanted to be that type of person in my community. So always done events since Mahogany. I first got into the game hosting, really. I used to read on the open mic, but then once I was asked to host and I was hosting, then I was like, facilitation became a way of life. You feel me? And so I learned how to do that well over many, many, many years, from struggle shows where I was making $50 in the beginning, or not even that, being in the red, having to go to the ATM.
Let's talk about that. That first show, you lost money.
Oh, yeah, on my own, without an umbrella, without somebody like, hey, come do this thing for me and I'll pay you. And I'm just like finding a venue. I'm sure I lost money. If I did make money, it was a couple of dollars. But I've done events. Listen, I did an event, Maryland's on Monroe, downtown in Greektown.
Okay.
Now I think it's Red Coat. It's Red something Tavern, Firebird Tavern now.
Okay, I got you.
It used to be Maryland's on Monroe. So I'm OG, man. So back in the day when it was Maryland's, I did an event there, and I was making no money. There's a promoter named Shed. What up, Shed? He believed in me. He was running the spot at the time. Shed Amin, what up, Shed? So he invited me to come do my thing there. Said just, keep the door and make sure they buy drinks or whatever it was, No money, man. I couldn't even pay the DJ, and that was my homie. And I think he was charging me like $50. This was many years ago.
Oh.
And so it was rough, man. I was a young guy. I was still learning the terrain. I was coming out of doing things for other people mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't pay a lot at the time. People don't want to pay a young poet much money. They was trying to get over on me. So I had to learn how to do things on my own. I had to be the umbrella and not depend on the umbrella. You feel me?
I feel you.
So
first show where you like, okay, yeah, I made some money this time. Yeah. Which one was that?
I did a show for Daimler. This is when Chrysler was teamed up with Daimler, this German company, Daimler Chrysler back in the day.
Yeah.
And I did a show for them. They paid me well. I got the host for the Red Wings. This is at it was at a factory somewhere in the city. I can't remember what factory it was. It might be where the Stellantis plant is now. I don't even know. Over there off Jefferson, it was a Connor or whatever over there. I don't know. But it was somewhere in the city. It was a plant. They had a stage set up, big old room. Red Wings were there. Chrysler heads were there. And they gave me a Prowler to drive for the weekend. Remember that little Prowler car?
Nigga, are you
They gave
serious?
me a Prowler. I was all around Oak Park in that mud.
Nigga, I'd have been on Belle Isle like, what?
I went to Belle Isle too. I had to go to Oak Park. That was my high school. I was.
Yeah. Oh, you got to stunt. You got to stunt
on my friends that was still hanging out at the same liquor store. And, riding by. Like, y'all still out here? All right, it's good. But.
Yo, that's crazy.
So that showed me that I could make a living doing this. But that wasn't even mine. Like, I guess I really answered your question correctly because I was hosting, but still for someone else. It wasn't my thing.
Okay.
It wasn't me promoting it, me going through the promoter grind, having to, print flyers out, pass them out at Shane Park late at night, put them on cars. I used to do all that, bro. So I would say my first shows where I started to see a profit for real, like a regular profit, being my shows at the Aretha's Jazz Cafe. I started many years ago. This is like over 15 years ago. And I still do events there. That's still like a home for me. I'm like their poet in residence at Music Hall. So that's always gonna be my home. But my first shows really there started to make money.
Do you only do poetry shows?
No. I used to do a lot of hip hop. I used to rap. Before I was a poet, I was a rapper. So
okay.
I used to do a lot of hip hop events. I would promote I still book rappers sometimes, singers, bands. I make sure it's a fun evening out. Like for instance, the majority of my crowd is like Black women.
Okay.
Like every event I do is packed. You got to come to one, brother. You're definitely invited. I got you. It's gonna be a good time. But everyone I do is
I will show up, nigga.
Please, yes. But everyone I do is a packed crowd because I worked to get here. Like I told you, I came from a different place, so I had to build it up little by little, year after year. Now everyone's packed, and it's really a beautiful vibe. So I try to keep things really diverse, music-wise and entertainment-wise. So I know it's mostly Black women with disposable income. Friday night, they with their girls. They done bought a table. They're buying drinks. They're coming looking good. They're smelling good. They might be on a date, maybe not, but they're there to have a good time. So I make sure to have maybe some R&B, some singing, some soul, maybe some comedy, also poetry. I make sure it's a really good entertainment experience for everybody.
Oh man, you just sold me on that one. I'm like,
hey, bro.
hey, yo, it is nothing like sisters going out.
Yes.
Just to enjoy themselves with no agenda, no nothing, just to have a good time. Oh my goodness, man. That's like I remember like I've been going out since the dancery.
Okay.
And I don't know how old you are.
I'm 47. I just say it.
I'm 52.
Okay.
And the dancery should never have opened and never existed in the first place. It was one door in and one door out.
Oh.
And it was a meeting of the wrong neighborhoods every week.
Man, okay.
Oh my God. But yo, for an hour or two, it was a utopia of blackness.
Wow.
It was I can't even remember the DJs, but it was just, man, like that was to be young again. Like that was Detroit at its finest and its lowest summed up at once.
I've heard of the dancery, but I missed them days.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
Well, I would have been there. I was all types of places. I could run down the list that I probably shouldn't have been in. I can only thank God for keeping me safe.
Where was you? Okay, let's talk about it. Where was you going back in the day?
I went to the Outcast before.
Oh,
I went.
nigga, are you
Yeah.
serious? Oh,
Yes. Yes.
oh, you was
I
living
have a homie.
dangerously.
I have a homie named Visor who used to promote, and he had me around everywhere. After hours, wild spot. After hours and stuff going all out. Everything you can think of happening up in that mud. The pool halls, the little other basement spots. I've been everywhere, man. I've been around the city.
Yo,
Yeah.
I had Drunken Master on one time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling him about me and my cousins was in this little hole in the wall after hours spot on Gratiot. So my cousins grew up on Van Dyke and Gratiot. You
Okay.
find this motherfucker was there the same night because he used to like my cousin.
Okay.
At the same, these motherfuckers get to shooting at each other in the spot. Crazy, man. Like,
Wow.
yeah, man. Detroit is wild, bro.
Yeah, back then especially too. Even now, but back then we had clubs where people were actually going to in the neighborhoods, and that was different. You know what I'm saying? Now everything's kind of central downtown, and Dan Gilbert got that on lock.
Oh, that which is. I seen an old white man walking the poodle one day. I knew it was lost. Like so, down Woodward, no less. Like this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. And this nigga walking the poodle with his chest out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When people talk about Detroit, when you think about it, like what's the best part for you?
What's the best part of Detroit?
Yeah.
The people. The people. Me, you, our cousins, our mamas, our daddies, our neighbors. That's the best part of the city. That's what makes Detroit unique. When I left Detroit for like a year and a half, I lived in Chicago many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back, when I was in Chicago, the thing I missed most about Detroit was the food and the people. Yeah,
Best
Chicago
Coney,
got good food, but
best Coney Island.
oh man, what's the one on Grand River and Southfield Freeway? What's that Coney? Olympic,
Grand River,
Olympia.
Southfield.
That's the one.
I'm not sure because I go to L. George's on Warren, not too far from Southfield.
Okay. You know, this one definitely is on the west side, like Grand River and it's not the line. No, it's Southfield. Yeah, it's right there. When you come up, it's right there. No, maybe it's the. I don't know. That's my favorite Coney. It's definitely it's at Southfield Freeway in it's in Grand River. That's my favorite Coney.
That ain't too far from the Murder Mac, which I
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with that.
I don't mess around with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have been there before I even knew it was the Murder Mac, and after that, I stopped going.
I don't even get off of exit 9. Like, them niggas they can have that shit. Bro.
I don't even eat McDonald's no more, to be honest with you. So they ain't never gonna get me.
Oh, I was off McDonald's for a long time. I have reverted back slightly. Yeah.
What brought you back? Filet of fish?
Proximity.
Oh, okay.
To the job. Like this shit's just close.
Oh yeah, well I get that. You know what I mean? For sure. I mean, if it was like right next door to me, I'd hop in for an egg McMuffin or filet of fish, or you know, a double cheeseburger or something.
See that's got me right there. Filet of fish and double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And I'm toast.
Yeah.
Yo, what's coming up in the future for you?
Well, as soon as tomorrow, I have an event at Aretha's Jazz Cafe. It's called the Haverstack Poetry Slam number 20. I've done over 20 of these, actually, poetry slams. But under this name, the Haverstack Poetry Slam. This is our 20th one. I usually do them every month or every other month or every 3 months. I kind of space it out depending on what's going on schedule-wise. But I have 10 poets competing for $500. So that's going to be a really dope time. Mm-hmm.
If you want to be one of those poets competing, how do you go about doing that?
Well, so I usually before like maybe 2-3 weeks before the event, I'll put out, or a month before the event, I'll put out the link and I'll say, okay, in 1 week, registration opens at noon. So make sure if you want to be a poet, it costs $10 or it costs $20 to register. Go ahead and register at this point. I try to give people a heads up, like a few days or a week. So that usually on my social media, the people that follow me on my event page, which is Joel Fluent Greene Presents on Facebook, and my Instagram, which is Joel Fluent Greene. When people follow me, they'll know about the events, or they just hear it from word of mouth or whatever. And somebody will tell them, like, oh, you're a poet, right? You need to register for this thing. But I leave it open to anybody. You can be from around the country. My last slam, I had poets from North Carolina, Philly, Ohio. You know, I had poets come from Indiana, St. Louis.
Damn.
New York. I mean, I had poets come from all over to compete or to perform. So, but I love, putting on Detroiters. So if you're a Detroit poet, just hit me on social media. You can inbox me. I mean, I'm really just that accessible and I'm cool about it. And I like discovering new poets. I'm never amazed by the amount of talent we have in Detroit. We got so many talented people. So I'm open.
What are the rules?
The rules are we have 3 rounds, 10 poets competing. So in the first round, all 10 poets. No props. So like, for instance, you can't have like a trumpet up there and nothing like that. No props. Or a funny hat that spins and none of that shit. So no props. I don't have a time limit. Most slams, like official slams, have a time limit, like no longer than 3 minutes to keep things breezy. I don't have a time limit. I want poets to go crazy, do their thing. They're not up there all night anyway. They're usually about 3 to 5 minutes at the most. And I've never heard a 5-minute poem at one of my slams. That's rare. So really, it's really about like no hate speech. I welcome all people to my slams. I don't care about your race, your nationality, your sex, your gender, your sexual preference, none of that. I don't care about any of that. I welcome all people. So I want people to feel welcome at my spot. So no hate speech, just no hate in general. Just come and have a good time. But the technical rules are there's 3 rounds. First round, all 10 poets. Then the second round, we eliminate the bottom 4 scoring poets, leaving 6 poets in the second round. And then going into the third round, we eliminate the bottom 3 scoring poets, leaving 3 in the third round. And then it's winner takes all. So there's only one winner. And that winner wins $500.
Who's judging?
So I can say the judges. One of my judges this time is Elizabeth Mays. She's one of the owners of Mays Printing over on Livernois. I think they moved, actually, changed the location. But she's brilliant Black woman business owner, very smart. She's been to my event before, so I thought maybe I would ask her to come do it because, I like smart people. It's a poetry slam. I don't care if you never got into poetry in your life, good stuff when you hear it. If you have a mind, you read a little bit, you know what's up with the world. So in art and culture in general. So I got her to do it. She's really dope. Also, I got Bryce Detroit to be a judge, who was, a rapper, activist, poet. He makes beats, I believe, too. He's a multi-talented polymath brother that does a lot. That's really active in the North End. A really good brother. And so I got him involved as well. He's going to be a judge. Okay. And I still got to get my 3rd judge. I have 3 judges, so I got to find one more person. I got to bug because it's tomorrow. I wear many hats, so I got to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's. So
shit, ask Rita.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she would be a good judge. Yeah, maybe I will ask her. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you said that.
She got a great ear.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to ask her and see if she wants to do it. Well, is she watching right now? What's up, Karita? Come do my thing. Oak Park. Come on now.
I know, right?
Like,
that's my classmate. Yeah.
Hey, that's the homie. By the way, I knew who her mom was, and I never knew that was. I remember Karita from high school, and I knew who Montez Miller is, but I didn't know that was her mother until I seen her post. Like, wait a minute, BET, all that. I mean, I remember. I feel like I auditioned for stuff, but I used to want to host and do all that stuff for BET and MTV. So I feel like I ran across her mama somewhere out here in the field. So shout out to her.
Like her mama, a legend's legend.
Yeah, no, for real.
Oh my God, I had the honor of actually before she was my manager, I interviewed her and her mom's. Really beautiful conversation. And I'm just in awe of both of them, to be quite honest. But mom's, the resume.
Yeah.
Unparalleled.
Yeah.
You mentioned the hip hop shop.
Mm-hmm.
What's your best memory about the hip hop shop?
Oh, hip hop shop. Best memory? I think, what's funny? My favorite memory of the hip hop shop is seeing Bugs. There's a rapper named Bugs. Rest in peace, Bugs.
He got killed at Belle Isle, didn't he?
Yes. And he was brilliant. He was my favorite Detroit rapper back then. And I had the Eminem Infinite tape. I bought it from Proof at the hip hop shop. Proof sold me Eminem's tape. I remember buying it. I remember handing him the money and grabbing the tape. And so, but Bugs was my favorite rapper, man. Bugs was amazing. He was dope. And that whole crew, they had 31 Flavors and them guys, they were just dope. You had Mud, Thyme, Bugs. Bizarre was around.
I freestyled with that guy before. I knew a guy named DJ Pick Nice, and because I used to rap, and
Okay.
he was like the first person that made that I went and got original beats from.
Okay.
And he knew everybody, and we just ended up, I can't remember where, but it was in his attic or some shit like that.
Hmm.
And like I remember when he got killed, man, and I was like, fuck.
It was tragic, man. And it's crazy because I remember I knew his grandmother. I used to deliver medicine to his grandmother. My grandmother had a pharmacy on Alexandria and Woodward, right with like the medical center area. And I used to work there while I was doing events and whatever. I was young, like in my 20s. And I used to make deliveries after work and, drive around the city and deliver medication to people that couldn't come pick it up. So his grandmother lived in this house on like in Boston Edison type area over there. Trying to think exactly where, what street. I can't remember.
Big
But I
ass
would
house
use
though.
it was a big house. And
Yeah.
she had long steps. And so she used to drop a key down from the top window. And I would use the key to go in, go up the steps, give her a medication, come back out and lock the door. Of course, I give her the key back, then lock the door behind me. And that was our routine. And that was her grandson. And so it's just weird how the city's connected. And when he passed, I felt horrible for her. Because I was still delivering medication. She was still around. And so yeah, it was a rough time for me. But anyway, my favorite memory though, to bring this back to joy, was seeing him freestyle. He was amazing. And then after like I think the sessions was like maybe 2 to 4, something like that, 2 to 3:30. It was like Saturday afternoons, like 4 to 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so afterwards, people used to go out to the little alley next door, remember, like and freestyle because wasn't done or in the back or whatever. And he used to freestyle. And he would still be out there killing it. And so that's my favorite memories of the hip hop shop for sure.
Yo, that's crazy. I grew up, I don't know. I was on 7 Mile in Southfield, so I don't know, maybe I definitely walked there
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
probably 15 minutes.
When I was in high school, so I would walk from 9 Mile down Greenfield all the way to 7 Mile,
Nigga.
bust a right. So I'm walking up Greenfield for 2 miles, and I hit that right where that Burger King is,
Woo!
and past the little African shop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was thirsty.
I was thirsty, man. Come on.
That's a hell of a walk right there.
Young dude, no car. I was gonna get there. I would take the bus. Or, that's before I really was hip to the bus like that. I was living in Oak Park at the time, so I was used to just in that little Oak Park bubble. But I didn't want to be. I wanted to venture out. I wanted to be in the city. I wanted to be at St. Andrews. I wanted to be downtown. This is when I was like 17, 18, 16.
Favorite St. Andrews memory?
Oh, I I got a bunch. My favorite one. Oh, this is some player shit, bro. All right. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for this. Let me feel myself a little bit. So, Erykah Badu's first time in Detroit. Now, it's not what you think I'm gonna say. Now, I wish it wasn't Badu. It wasn't Badu. But
you see my
Detroit,
ears and shit. Like,
okay,
nigga, what?
now, let's go back. I'm gonna take you back a little bit in a little time machine. We rewind a little bit. All right, give me the time machine. We go back. Remember, they used to have those like those demo tapes.
Yeah.
With like with song snippets on it to get you geeked up for the song.
Oh, absolutely.
For the album, right. So Kedar Massenberg, who was her manager and she was under Kedar Entertainment at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little tape circulating around the city. You could get it at St. Andrews after like 3 floors of fun. You could get it at the hip hop shop. It was just floating around. They had A&Rs all around the city in the mix. And they would give you these little tapes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hip to Badu before she even dropped. I was like, oh, I'm on this sound. I need this. It was just snippets. It was like 20 seconds each song. Like, I need this now. So first time in Detroit, I went. And of course, I'm young, so I didn't care about looking like a groupie. I'm by myself in the front of the fucking St. Andrews. Excuse me, can I cuss?
Absolutely.
I'm in the front of motherfucking St. Andrews. Front of the motherfucking, man, look, I'm right in front, bro. I'm gonna calm down a little bit. But I was right in front. And she sang Next Lifetime, bro. And when she sang Next Lifetime, she like did the like held my hand and stuff, bro. And she's doing like, I see you next lifetime. And I'm holding her hand. I'm like, I'm about to faint. I'm about to die, right? But during that concert, I was giving the eye to one of her background singers named Nnamdi, who ended up dropping her own album. She was her background singer. She had a fro. She was pretty. And so I got her number and we would keep in touch. But I fumbled that bag because I was young and goofy, man. I was so young. I would tell the truth. I would tell the truth. I was so geek. She would call me from like Dallas, and I'd be like, I would be so geek, bro. I'd be so geek. Like, oh, this is back, landlines, whatever. See the little thing, caller ID.
God. Oh my God.
I played it cool. I got her number real smooth because I saw her afterwards. She was hanging out in the lobby area by the doorway of St. Andrew. She was just she was standing around. So I introduced myself to her. We were looking at each other all night. I was like, "What's up?" So she was like, "What's up?" So I got her number. It was all good. Yeah. So I fumbled that, but second favorite memory, real quick, is I saw Common in the Roots, and I saw Outkast, Andre 3000 was there, Goody Mob. It was a crazy concert. It was like Common, Goody Mob, and the Roots. I think that was the one. I've seen Common a couple times there probably, but then afterwards, Common came out into the crowd and was freestyling and listening to people rap. That was amazing to me. That he was just around being that cool amongst the people. And at the time, that was like one of my favorite rappers. So I was like, okay, that was dope. So many memories, man.
Is there one of your contemporary poets? Is there a poem that you're like, man, I wish I'd have wrote that?
Oh, good question. Anything about Saul Williams? I mean, I would consider him one of my contemporaries, even though he's been popping for a long time. I'm trying to catch up to him. And that's going to that'll never happen. But, I got to make my own mark. But anything about Saul Williams, there's another poet, and I might pronounce his last name wrong, and I apologize for this, but Hanif Adirki. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. Who else? There are local poets, man, that I think are killer. There's a dude named Mac, who's a young brother, who writes some crazy, visual, amazing stuff. And he's like 25 years old, and he just kills it. And so, yeah, if you ever hear of a poet named Mac from Detroit, listen to him because he's definitely amazing. And he's doing big things. He just won a Gilda Award through the Kresge Foundation just this past year. He's killing it. So definitely, I love my contemporaries. I think me being a poet, I don't read poetry as much as I probably should. I used to more. But I think once I started really creating and being out here, maybe because for one, I don't want to be influenced by anybody else's thing. I want to do my own thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And because when I was rapping, I wouldn't listen to Common that much because people told me I reminded them of Common, and I hated that because I felt like I had my own thing. And now I'm killing Common bar-wise, man. It ain't even no question. He's still rapping like Common in the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And I love Common, but he is.
Apparently not, nigga.
No. Listen, for everything he has done, his discography and his music and his contribution to hip-hop and him influencing me and my shit, there's no way I could ever front on Common. I just feel like maybe he didn't age like some rappers have aged, like 3 Stacks did, and then the 3 Stacks bowed out at a peak of just still greatness. And when he does drop a feature, he's always consistently good. You feel me?
Yeah, the whole flute shit, man. Just do what you rich. Do what you want to do. You want to catch the Greyhound and play the flute. That's up to you. I'm just.
You think the Greyhound with his little flute case waiting 6 hours for a bus?
Yes, nigga. Absolutely, man.
Wait a minute now. Don't play our dude like that. He gonna have his flute case, but he gonna be first class or something though.
Hey, man, I just envision this nigga like just at the Greyhound bus station.
That's funny though. He at least ride his Spirit with like the big seat. The first class big seat. He need room for his flute. He got a big ass flute.
Oh my god, man. Yo, just hip hop wise, like I see a lot of our generation complaining about this generation and they not doing this right and they not doing. Why? Like, are we the old niggas now?
I can't speak for them, but I ain't. I mean, I'm old. I'm a grandfather. We talked about this, but my music taste, man, I listen to Tyler, of course. I listen to Isaiah Rashad. I listen to all these, Griselda. That's not even that young, but I listen to that too.
Them niggas is 40.
Okay, I know they're not that young. I know they, but they still have a certain level of hotness now. But that's not a good example though. They still have that boom bap sound that niggas like us grew up on. But I will say, uh, oh, Doechii. You up on Doechii?
I am not.
She's dope.
Really?
Oh man, she's amazing. She's a dope black woman that can rap her ass off, bro. And she's hard as fuck. And I feel like because she's a woman, she might not get the love she deserves. And I hate that because
She must not got her ass out.
a little bit she do.
She
Not
got
so much. That's not her calling card. The calling card is her
okay.
bars. But
See,
yeah, she's
that's
a
the
cute young
problem.
black girl. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
know,
she got a nice shape and she's cute. And because that's not what I'm here for. For her, you feel me? Like she got bars. Like she's dope.
Sexy Red has ruined mankind. Let
Come on,
alone,
man.
let
You gave up
alone,
mankind for this one woman.
she's ruined the planet, man.
She's like a plastic bottle, huh?
Hey yo, my nigga Polo Frost is. I'm about to send him this clip because this nigga loves Sexy Red.
Do it.
I'm like, bruh, she's Satan. She's the Antichrist.
She
And
does. She ain't here. I can't answer. Are there comments going on or something right now? I don't even know what's happening. I can't see them.
yeah, I'm not. I don't be paying attention to that shit.
Okay, but
Uh,
yeah,
on the one hand, like my other guy, Glasses, he's like, look, she's just a representative of her generation and her community,
yeah.
which I gotta agree with him, but unfortunately, it's just horrible that we are at a place like that.
Well, you know what's funny though? At every point that I remember in these pivotal points in life, I remember being young and we had, Pop That Coochie.
Yeah.
I remember sneaking in the basement of my friend's house listening to old Two Live Crew,
Oh,
Too Short. But that don't even really count so much. Too Short was raw, but I mean, Two Live Crew was something else. And
Two Live Crew was just that
yeah.
was pornography.
Yeah, but I think when the women start doing it, then we get a lot more critical. When they start owning their sexuality, just being honest, we start to get more critical.
We sexist.
But we need all of it. Sexual woman, that's cool. Have your thing. I need bars too, though.
Yeah, and that's the problem is that they don't promote those equally.
It's run by white men.
Which is,
and you know what they want to see.
is you think that, like, whose fault is that? Is that our fault that we're giving away hip hop?
I don't think we gave it away because we're still making it independently. We're still making quality stuff. There's still a lot of beautiful music out there, man. Even on majors, like you look at Kendrick, there's still beautiful stuff being made. But it's money, man. We don't control the money. We're not controlling the upper. I talked about the umbrella before. If we're not the umbrella, and we're just under the thing, looking for shelter and a little bit of comfort, we ain't gonna run nothing. So in the beginning, we had people like Sylvia Rome. We had certain black execs that saw this in the communities and vouched for it and really got it out there. But I think once it became popular and started selling Gap T-shirts and way before that, whatever, cereal, whatever it may be, then man, it's a wrap. Once they see that they can make some money off it, it's a wrap.
I will say that we dropped the ball. Like we've got billionaire rappers that instead of reinvesting in rap and becoming the umbrella, they just want to take their money and run.
That's how they got to be billionaires. That's probably part of the deal, bro. Think about it. They all sell Rockefeller sold whatever, Bad Boy, whatever, for that. So Def, they ain't around really. Death Row gone. What else? Sick With It gone. Maybe they're still around. I don't know. I know the rappers are still around, but the record company, I don't know.
Yeah,
probably still though.
I mean, because I interviewed what E40, but Be Legit. And my man is ridiculously smart. But yeah, I don't think that Sick With It as a label is. If I remember, I don't think they're still doing anything.
See, we don't have our like Columbia. We don't have our
exactly
RCA. We don't have our our standard thing that has subsidiaries under it. We don't have that. We are the subsidiary labels. We are the Bad Boys and the So Defs and the whatever.
Yeah, say what you want about Tyler Perry, and niggas hate on this nigga like forever.
Yeah.
But Tyler Perry turned himself into Fox.
He is the thing. Exactly. He can sell his stuff to whatever. He can have his own network if he wants. At this point,
he from production. He bought the whole factory. Like, I'm gonna make my own shit here, distribute it. Blah, blah, like we didn't have that in hip hop.
I mean, people tried though. I'm not gonna say people didn't try, but it's a dirty game, man. If you ain't, it's dirty. It's really dirty, and I never got far in my rap career, but I remember some dirty situations and hearing about things and seeing some things that wasn't right. And so I don't, as far as the money goes, man, money motivates it all. So you ain't gonna get so much power in it. You can get rich. There are individuals that they allow to get rich.
Yo, have you ever considered bringing in Malcolm Jamal Warner?
Yeah, I have actually. That would actually be cool, man. That would be dope. Yeah, that's Theo. And and he's doing his thing. He performs with live music, which would be dope. I'm sure that would be expensive, but get a sponsorship, I can make it happen.
I don't know if it'd be as expensive as you think.
That's real, brother. I'm just talking out loud as a promoter. You're a cool brother, so you got to be comfortable talking. My defense has been down for like 40 minutes, bro. I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying?
But I appreciate that.
Yeah. But you're right though, definitely. I mean, I could do it all, and definitely why not? I booked big boss ass people. I booked Saul Williams before. I had him come, and that's one of my favorite all time poets. So to book him and to break bread with him afterwards and to sit down and talk, that was beautiful. I've had Talib Kweli come. A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. I used to work for Music Hall in the music department. We used to do some really good programming. I'm sorry, the education department. And a program with them called Words and Rhythms of the D. So I had a budget, and I was able to bring in people that were dope. And so it was a good time.
His podcast is fucking phenomenal.
Saul Williams?
No. Talib Kweli.
Oh, Talib Kweli. Oh, you Talib? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He's a jerk.
Yeah.
Respectfully. And that's holding him back. Like when I've watched his podcast and from a research standpoint, from an interest standpoint, from a charismatic host standpoint, dude checks all the boxes.
Okay.
It's the other shit that he does and says that and I don't think he cares. Which you get to a certain point, you shouldn't.
Nah, I mean that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, if he really wanted to like just go after like that spot, he absolutely could, because he does really quality. Like, I've seen other podcasts, and I'm like, oh, bro, you pandering.
Okay, yeah, that's true. There are only so many podcasts I really like. I don't like the pander podcast where they're just doing it for the likes and the hit somebody ass throughout an hour of time. No.
Yeah.
I need to get into your life a little bit.
And you know what my thing is like, it's cool what you do, but it's your story that makes you stand out, like the type of person you are. So that's a gift and a curse, because I don't like, maybe I don't ask enough gotcha questions or questions like the celebrities, like, are you a dope motherfucker or not?
That's right.
And let's talk about that dopeness.
That's right. If you skating on who you ain't really doing shit like that.
That where we have gotten into the soundbite generation.
Yeah.
And that's
You're right.
Unfortunately, that's how like anybody that completely eats off of social media is probably making questionable decisions.
I get what you're saying. If they're making that much money, there's some concessions that come with that. Like, yeah, I get that.
And you have to, like, and there's some things I won't say, so I'm just as guilty, because I'm not about to deal with the alphabets of any kind. I've got thoughts and shit, but
what you mean the alphabets?
Yeah, well, you
say you're not gonna deal with them, like have them on your show?
Oh no! I don't mind having people on the show.
Oh,
but like I'm not about to piss them off.
Oh no, we don't do that.
No, we're not doing
No.
that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I still gotta go to work in the morning. You know,
Yeah.
so, and I said, like, and not, what's the motherfucker, Peter?
Oh no.
Nigga, I seen these niggas, man. I used to be on Twitter heavy, and a guy that I used to, kind of, rock with a little bit.
Yeah.
He mentioned me in this post he had where it looked like he was choking this dog. Nigga, they ran this nigga off of Twitter. Like, and I mean, like, for like a month straight, they was on this nigga head. And because he had mentioned me, every fucking time they said something, I was in that post.
Why did he mention you? He just tagged you in it or something?
He tagged me and other people that he like kind of rock with. What the fuck is you doing, dude? I don't got nothing to do with this. And why you think this is a good idea?
That's wild.
Yo, but I saw the power of Peter. I don't want no parts, man. So Peter, you out there listening? Keep
Yeah,
doing
you
y'all
walk out the
thing.
studio, they'll throw a bucket of blood on you real quick.
How they haven't got punched in the face for that shit is crazy.
Oh, you know they have. They've gotten their asses kicked for sure. They believe so much in they cause. They put their bodies on the line for that many times. I'm definitely sure of that.
Yeah,
For
because nigga,
sure.
I buy a mink and you fuck it up with some paint. Your hands must be laid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hands must be laid. That's real.
yo, if people they want to get in touch with you, they want to do business with you, they want to get in the poetry slam. How they go about doing that?
Yeah, I mean, social media. I have a website too, which is joelfluentgreen.com. So I got a contact link on there. So it'll direct you to the right email. You can send me a message and let me know what you do and what's going on with you. Um, Also social media, of course, which is Joel Fluent Green, Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, man. So just tap in with me. Basically, I do a lot of stuff in the city. I got events coming lined up. I got a TED Talk I'm doing. I'm doing TEDx Detroit, September 20th. So please come to that. Tickets are on sale to TEDx website right now. TEDxDetroit, I think .com or .org. I think it's .org. You can buy tickets for that. Or maybe they're free. I don't even know, but it's TEDx. So if you want to come see some good speakers, I'm one of, I believe, 30 different speakers and performers. So that's gonna be really dope.
Damn.
I'm hosting the Motown joint. I'm sorry. So TED is September 18th. And then, so TEDx September 18th, and then the Motown mic, which is going on, I believe, at the DSO. That's Motown. They have their big slam every year.
Okay.
So they have poets competing, I believe, for like $25,000, $3,000, $2,500 or $3,000. So that's on the 20th. So September 18th, TEDx, September 20th, Motown mic, and just many, many, many more events coming up.
Where'd you get the name Fluent?
If you ask me, that's a longer story, but I'll give you the short version. I see we got 7 minutes. I had a dream when I was in high school. I think I was maybe 11th grade, 10th grade. I had a dream, and a friend of mine in that dream I used to write raps with was about to jump off the roof of the high school. This is a dream. So I'm in the roof of the high school, and a friend of mine is about to jump off. And I'm like, wait, and he turns around. He's like, Fluent, get it? And then he jumps. And then I wake up. This is real shit. So I was like, what? Fluent, get it? What? So of course I looked up Fluent. I knew what it meant, like just a overall understanding of it, but I looked it up, like technically what it meant, able to flow, whatever. I was like, well, I'm rapping. So at first it was just Fluent. I had no Joel Fluent Green. But then as I got older and got really more into my poetry and that bag and really being a poet, because I'm a poet, a real Detroit poet. I don't just talk that shit. Like I write about this city and I write real stuff. And I put on, I'm not just about me. So that, I made it longer to Joel Fluent Green. But that's how I got the name Fluent, man. It was in a dream,
That's dope, man. I cannot possibly thank you enough for stopping by, bro. This has been phenomenal.
Hey, man, I will say this too. You're a really good host, bro. And your interview style is really conversational and it's chill. It's relaxed. And I really appreciate that and respect that because a lot of times I'm here for an hour and it kind of flew by. So you never know how that's going to go with a lot of people, man, but you keep it real breezy and good. So
I appreciate that. If it's one thing I can do, I can talk. I don't have very many talents, but I can fucking talk.
Hey, man, well, there you go. You bringing your talent of talking to this podcast stage and it it works for you, bro. So I'll come back anytime, man.
I
Much love.
appreciate you, man. And if
Yep.
there's anything I can do for you, let me know. And I'm waiting on them tickets too, bro. I want to come check some shit
Yeah,
out.
come tomorrow.
Well, I got to work Saturday. Actually, matter of fact, because I'll be there tomorrow from like 1 to 5. Let me see if I got the photo.
You'll be where?
At Eastern Market.
Oh, okay.
Cause there's like a let me look this shit up before I all right, we're gonna I'll be interviewing people there's a Central City Health and Long Live the DJ I don't know situation
Okay.
going down at Eastern Market. So they got like 13 different DJs, free HIV testing, sexual
Okay.
health education, blood pressure, vision, BMI, mental health. Just so you know, like I'm a nurse by trade, so it's kind of
Oh,
like
that's
right up
dope.
my alley. Yeah, so yeah, we'll definitely be there and just randomly doing interviews, talking to people.
That's beautiful for the community, bro. Salute to you. That's dope.
Well, I try to get out, try to
Hey,
pop out and
man.
show niggas.
Niggas got to get their blood pressure checked. Look,
Nigga.
nigga, I'm
Yes.
talking to you, nigga. Watching this right now, nigga.
Oh yes, you.
You,
I
nigga.
got mine today. So
Yeah.
and make sure you go get you get your colonoscopies. Like black
Yeah, I
men,
still haven't done that. I got to get that done.
black men, we got to do better
We got
health
to do that.
wise.
No, my doctor told me I need to do that. Because I
Yeah,
can make you a appointment, whatever. I could, I'm like, she's making it so easy and I'm making it so hard. Let me just go ahead and do it.
yo,
It's
the
nothing.
crazy part about that is that I went to go have mine done, and this nigga was like, "Well, do you want us to put you asleep or not?" Like, it's niggas that stay awake for this.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's like, "Yeah, what type of fucking what?"
They looking at you like this. You trying to do your job as a doctor. Here this weirdo is like,
Right, like ain't nowhere. Like who does this without going to sleep? That's a problem.
yeah,
Like,
no, go to sleep.
They like,
Go
yeah,
to
he was
sleep.
like, yeah. Some people want to watch.
They can numb you and go to sleep and put you to sleep, right? You can just do both.
Oh yeah. I just want once they put you to sleep, that's de facto numbing you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
But anyway,
yeah.
the point is, everybody should get one.
Go get your shit.
And I'm
Anyway.
gonna get one too. Yeah. I want to be healthy, man. I'm a grandfather. I want to be here 20 years from now. So
Oh man.
us black men gotta take care of ourselves. And no matter what pride and all that shame and bullshit, fuck all that, nigga. Get that shit done.
The cemetery is full of pride and ego.
Oh, come on. Amen. Say that again, bro.
Nigga, I mean, y'all know the cemetery is full of pride and ego.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, man, you have a phenomenal day on purpose, bro. This has been amazing.
My dog.
Appreciate you, bro. No
Yes,
doubt.
sir.
And if nobody tells you today, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, my brother.
No doubt.
Likewise, black man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I absolutely appreciate that.
You
and
say
I
at the end of
receive it.
every podcast, was that just for me, by the way?
Actually, you know what? I don't think we do a good enough job of telling our own people how much
Oh,
we're
okay. I'm
proud
about
of
to
them.
say.
So I
So I
tell
watched
black people.
I watched episode number 23, and that's your sign off. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, I tell black people all the time, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, brother.
We
I
need to hear
appreciate
that
you.
shit.
Yes, sir. Likewise, black man.
Well, not everybody, because some niggas out there doing fuck
Yeah.
shit. I'm not
That's
one
real.
of them free niggas. No, free so and so. No, some of y'all niggas need to stay locked up.
Yeah, that's real too, right? We can't free everybody that's fucking up.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, man, we out of here. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Yo, this has been Jobs. This has been another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. Y'all already know. We only rock with legends this way. Let's see who we got coming up next week. I want to say we got Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys, and then we got Charles Big Cubone, and if I remember correctly, that is Snoop Dogg's personal chef. So y'all have a good one, man. And once again, shout out to my manager. I got the dopest manager in the galaxy. If you got any business inquiries or you want to get on the show, Blase Splee, look up the lady with the golden ear or Karita on, matter of fact, Karita Montez Miller on Instagram. On that note, I'm out. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.